Welcome back. I'm going to talk about why the Oyster Perpetual is the only watch you'll ever need. I own this personally for myself for almost, I think, 4 years, 3 years now around. So let's hop straight into
Jumping right into it, this is the watch in question, right? I've had this watch for a very long time. The first day it ever got released, I ran down. Well, you can know the whole story. Go back in my channel and find my watch journey. I've done a video explaining. I worked for a gray market dealer. Originally told me to go in and start flipping things, and then this watch came out, and I kind of wanted this watch just to get it. It was a whole story, so I'm not going to get into it. Right? We're going to talk about why this watch is perfect, and let's talk about it now. So I've had this watch for a very long time. I've took it on many trips. I feel safer with this watch on than any of my other personal watches, right? For instance, look at this watch, right? Compared to the watch on my wrist. So wristwatch check. GMT Master, right? We have everything that draws attention. High polished Jubilee bracelet, right? Fully Jubilee there. We have the Pepsi bezel, which everybody knows is iconic with Rolex. Adds a lot of attention and a lot of money. This watch is a lot more money than this watch, right? Just from a safety standpoint, if I go to a foreign country like Canada, I wouldn't bring a Rolex to Mexico, I don't think, right? But let's say I go to Canada, I have some family up there. I take this watch and I put the other was in the bank because this watch, it doesn't have the telltale signs of a Rolex. The Oyster bracelet, yes, right? That is something that's out there. But there's no Cyclops, there's no flashy bezel, there's no high polished center links. The only way you really see it is Rolex on the dial. The Oyster case is the only thing super noticeable about the watch. But everything else, very low key. All the watches are stainless, right? And that is something really nice. The bracelet is upgraded with that extra link there. It's a beacon hook, really nice. It actually opens. You feel like all the Rolexes, you feel like they're luxurious. So opens there, high polish, of course. And then it has that extra 5 millimeters if you want to you eat a heavy salty dinner, you pull that out, right? So let's get back into it. I really like this dial. The dial is all subjective, right? You can have any dial. It's still the perfect watch. This watch has the best value. I'm talking from retail. This is why I never became... that's why I became a vintage person, because I think it's absolutely ridiculous to spend over the retail amount for a watch, right, that is currently in production. Makes no sense to me at all. You can get, and don't tell me you can't get it at the ADs, so I got to get it. You know what? No. You go back, you get a vintage Zenith Daytona for less money. You go get a white gold Daytona for less money. Not true. I'm rambling on here, but let's continue here, right? And you can even get these with the regular dials for retail or less, right? So continuing on, dials are all white gold indices and hands. I like that. Rolex always does that. It just adds a little bit more. When you're spending 6,000 plus on a watch, 6,400 I believe is now the retail on this. You want to know that you have some precious metals, and Rolex realized that, right? It's not a lot. It's only max a couple grams of gold, 18 karat, but it just adds the crowns in gold, and it makes a nice shine to it also. I just like to know that there's a little bit of precious metal in my watch. I'm just weird like that, right? In the back is where the biggest value comes out. I mean, the whole thing's a value prop compared to other ones. But the back, you have the 3230. 3230 is a beast of a movement. This is in the Explorer. This is in the, of course, Submariner, no date, and it's very similar to the date version, right? All the watches are similar. They do that because if you need parts for it, there's a ton out there, and I think it's just smart. I used to think it's kind of cheap of them not to make custom movements, but why would they do that, right? Essentially, they're perfecting the perfect movement, and that's what it is, right? So the Submariner, no date, how much more value are you getting? It's about $10,000. I think even the retail is, right? You're getting a bezel and you're getting a dial that says Submariner. Of course, it's slightly different case, of course, and this and that's thicker, whatever. To me, I like to have the Submariner movement and watch like this. I'm not going diving with my watch. No way. No way, Jose, but It's for the people who do it. I get it. But this is essentially the perfect watch. Low key, also high key, if for the people who know. Stainless, and it is, it's all relative, but very affordable for a watch, in my opinion. So that covers it all. Do you agree with me? Do you think this is the perfect watch? The only negative, right? This is the only negative, but if it had it, it would take away from the watch, is the date. I use it all the time. That's why the GMT is my favorite watch of all time. But being low key, if I'm going to another country, this is the watch for sure. So let me know your opinions in the comments below. What would you rather have? Thank you, and I will catch you in the next one. Have a great day.